All right, what's up, man? Jasher, chapter 51. And Jacob afterward heard that there was corn in Egypt, and he called unto his sons to go to Egypt to buy corn. For upon them also did the famine prevail. And he called unto his sons, saying, Behold, I hear that there is corn in Egypt, and all the people of the earth go there to purchase. Now, therefore, why will you show yourself satisfied before the whole earth? Go you also down to Egypt, buy us a little corn amongst those that come there, that we may not die. That's in Genesis chapter 42, verse 1 through 2. And the sons of Jacob hearkened to the voice of their father, and they rose up to go down to Egypt in order to buy corn amongst the rest that came there. And Jacob their father commanded them, saying, When you come into the city, do not enter together in one gate, on account of the inhabitants of the land. Some kind of strategy here, just in case something happened, for protection of, see what happened to his son Joseph. I guess he's kind of protective dad. So if something happens to one, all of them won't go down, And people out there trying to rob and steal and beat each other up for corn and murdering, it could be anything going on. And the sons of Jacob went forth, and they went to Egypt. And the sons of Jacob did all as their father had commanded them. And Jacob did not send Benjamin, for he said, lest an accident might befall him on the road like his brother. And 10 of Jacob's sons went forth. So 10 of Jacob's sons minus Benjamin went forth. Okay. And whilst the sons of Jacob were going on the road, they repented of what they had done to Joseph. And they spoke to each other, saying, We know that our brother Joseph went down to Egypt. And now we will seek him where we go. And if we find him, we will take him from his master for a ransom. And if not, by force. And we will die for him. Now that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome right there. All those years, man, I'm going by, and they're thinking, like, man, we know he went down to Egypt, man. He's got to be here somewhere, man. We gonna find our brother. We gonna get him back. And the sons of Jacob agreed to this thing and strengthened themselves on account of Joseph, to deliver him from the hand of his master. And the sons of Jacob went to Egypt, and when they came near to Egypt, they separated from each other. And they came through 10 gates of Egypt. And the gatekeepers wrote their names on that day and brought them to Joseph in the evening. And Joseph read the names from the hand of the gatekeepers of the city. And he found that his brethren had entered at the 10 gates of the city. And Joseph at that time commanded that it should be proclaimed throughout the land of Egypt, saying, Go forth all ye store guards, close all the corn stores, and let only one remain open, that those who may come may purchase from it. And all the officers of Joseph did so at that time, and they closed all the stores and left only one open. This is Joseph's plan. And Joseph gave the written names of his brethren to him that was set over the open store. And he said unto him, Whosoever shall come to thee to buy corn, ask his name, and when men of these names shall come before thee, seize them and send them. And they did so. And when the sons of Jacob came into the city, they joined together in the city to seek Joseph before they brought themselves corn. And they went to the walls of the harlots, and they sought Joseph in the walls of the harlots for 3 days. For they thought Joseph would come in the walls of the harlots, for Joseph was very comely and well favored. And the sons of Jacob sought Joseph for 3 days, and they could not find him. So the whole time thinking like he's crushing some of these harlots, and little they know he still kept his Hebrew heritage. He wasn't crushing harlots, which would have been, sound like it would have been okay back then. And the man who was set over the open store sought for those names which Joseph had given him, and he did not find them. And he sent to Joseph, saying, These 3 days have passed, and those men whose names thou didst give unto me have not come. And Joseph sent servants to seek the men in all Egypt, and to bring them before Joseph. And Joseph's servants went and came into Egypt, and could not find them, and went to Goshen, and they were not there, and then went to the city of Ramses, and could not find them. And Joseph continued to send 16 servants to seek his brothers, and they went and spread themselves in the four corners of the city. And 4 of the servants went into the house of the harlots, and they found the 10 men there seeking their brother. And those 4 men took them and brought them before him, and they bowed down to him to the ground. And Joseph was sitting upon his throne in his temple, clothed with princely garments, and upon his head was a large crown of gold, and all the mighty men were sitting around him. Genesis 42, verse 6. And the sons of Jacob saw Joseph, and his figure and comeliness and dignity of countenance seemed wonderful in their eyes, and they again bowed down to him to the ground. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but they knew him not. But Joseph was very great in their eyes, therefore they knew him not. And Joseph spoke to them, saying, From whence come ye? And they all answered and saying, Thy servants have come from the land of Canaan to buy corn. For the famine prevails throughout the earth, and thy servants heard that there was corn in Egypt. So they have come amongst the other comers to buy corn for their support. Genesis 42, verse 7. And Joseph answered them, saying, If you have come to purchase as you say, why do you come through 10 gates of the city? It can only be that you have come to spy through the land. And they all together answered Joseph and said, Not so, my lord, we are right. Thy servants are not spies, but we have come to buy corn, for thy servants are all brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And our father commanded us, saying, When you come to the city, do not enter together at one gate, on account of the inhabitants of the land. And Joseph again answered them and said, That is the thing which I spoke unto you. Ye have come to spy through the land, therefore you all came through the 10 gates of the city. Ye have come to see the nakedness of the land. This is Genesis 42, verse 8 through 10. Surely everyone that cometh to buy corn goeth his way, and you are already 3 days in the land. And what do you do in the walls of harlots, in which you have been for these 3 days? Surely spies do you like unto these things? And they said unto Joseph, Far be it from our Lord to speak thus, for we are 12 brothers, the sons of our father Jacob, in the land of Canaan, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham, the Hebrew. And behold, the youngest is with our father this day in the land of Canaan, and one is not, for he was lost from us, and we thought perhaps he might be in this land. So we are seeking him throughout the land, and have come even to the houses of harlots to seek him there. Genesis 42, verse 9 through 14. And Joseph said unto them, And have you then sought him throughout the earth, that there only remain Egypt for you to seek him in? And what also should your brother do in the houses of harlots, although he were in Egypt? Have you not said that you are from the sons of Isaac, the son of Abraham? And what shall the sons of Jacob do then in the houses of harlots? All right, so it's not right. It's not right to have these whores. And they said unto him, Because we heard that Ishmaelites stole him from us, and it was told unto us that they sold him in Egypt. And thy servant, our brother, is very comely and well favored. So we thought he would surely be in the houses of harlots. Therefore thy servants went there to seek him and give ransom for him. And Joseph still answered them, saying, Surely you speak falsely and utter lies, to say of yourselves that you are the sons of Abraham. As Pharaoh liveth, you are spies. Therefore you come to the houses of harlots, that you should not be known. Genesis 42, verse 16 through 17. And Joseph said unto them, And now if you find him, and his master required of you a great price, will you give it for him? And they said, It shall be given. And he said unto them, And if his master will not consent to part with him for a great price, what will you do unto him on his account? And they answered him, saying, If he will not give him unto us, we will slay him, and take our brother, and go away. And Joseph said unto them, That is the thing which I have spoken to you. You are spies, for you are come to slay the inhabitants of the land. For we heard that 2 of your brethren smote all the inhabitants of Shechem in the land of Canaan on account of your sister. And you now come to do the like in Egypt on account of your brother? Only hereby shall I know that you are true men. If you will send home one from amongst you to fetch your youngest brother from your father, and to bring him here unto me, and by doing this thing I will know that you are right. And Joseph called to 70 of his mighty men, and he said unto them, Take these men and bring them into the ward. Oh, bring them to the ward, throw them in prison. And the mighty men took the 10 men, they laid hold of them and put them into the ward, and they were in the ward 3 days. And on the 3rd day, this was all Genesis 42:16-17. And on the 3rd day, Joseph had them brought out of the ward, and he said unto them, Do this for yourselves if you be true men, so that you may live. One of your brethren shall be confined in the ward, whilst you go and take home the corn for your household to the land of Canaan, and fetch your youngest brother. Bring him here unto me, that I may know that you are a true man when you do this thing. Genesis 42:18-20. And Joseph went out from them and came into the chamber, and wept a great weeping, for his pity was excited for them. And he washed his face, and returned to them again. And he took Simeon from them, and ordered him to be bound. But Simeon was not willing to be done so, for he was a very powerful man, and they could not bind him. All right, stop right here. Stop right here. All right, stop right there. We're going to continue on the next video. Actually, this will be another part of the X-Men, because this has to do with the real X-Men. All right, shalom.